What is up, and I welcome each and every one of you back to a brand new Civ 6 or Civilization 6 video. Hope you're all having fantastic days, and if not, I hope I can make your day just a little bit better. Today we're going to be taking a look at the top mechanics you have no idea about. I mean, I'm talking about lost in the dark type of mechanics. Some of these are stuff that really you don't find unless you dig deep into the game files. The other is really stuff that you might know about, but you might not know exactly how it works. So what is this going to do? This is going to allow you to get that sweet Deity promotion and go up to whatever victory type you really want, and maybe even help you become half as good a Civ player as PewDiePie. I don't know. It just came to my mind. I'm sorry, but without further ado, let's get started. Intro's over. We got number one, defensive strength of your cities are based on your strongest unit that you have built. Now, I know this might seem like a basic thing for most of you, but for some people out there, they still have no idea about this mechanic. The only thing that makes your city stronger later on in the game is population and the strongest unit you can build. If you're in the modern era and all you have is a slinger that you've built, you are not going to have very strong cities. The level of era you are in, the walls, I think might give a little bit more city strength, but you get more strength based on the strongest defensive unit. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have for that. That was a basic one, but let's move on to the second tip. We have the AI does not take into account walls when they decide to declare war on you. Now, we've all been there. You spawn in a game, right? You think you're maybe new at this. You're playing King difficulty or something. You got Montezuma to the east. Oh, wow, I like your hat. That looks pretty cool. Got Alexander to the left. Okay, then he's definitely a trap. And then to the south, maybe you have somebody like, I don't know, Mongolia. You're like, hey, the guy's got a pretty good goatee. 5 turns later, you're like, okay, I got a pretty... Nope, not a good start. Doesn't matter. They all declared war on you at the same time. You're like, okay, I can handle this. 5 more turns later, you are absolutely just bent over and taking it from Mongolian, Macedonian, and Aztec troops. Now, the thing is, they don't take into account walls when declaring war on you. So if you're building walls thinking they might prevent the AI from declaring war on you, it doesn't take any sort of account into what walls you have, what level walls you have, if they have any siege units or not. It's just on your pure military strength. Now, this is good for 2 reasons. This can help you in 2 reasons. Number one, if you are a more turtling player and you don't want to be declared war on, don't build walls for just show of strength. Only build walls on the outer cities and then use your extra production on just building other units, so maybe then they will be less likely to declare war on you. The other thing is, if you're playing against somebody like Australia, or if you do want them to declare war on you so you can destroy them, build walls and build less military units. So they'll be like, this guy is stronger, let me go and attack, and then you pull out the Uno reverse card and say no you, and then you absolutely bombard their units into oblivion, go in, take their cities, or even get a very nice peace deal. But yeah, just for your information, the AI does not take into account any sort of walls when they decide to declare war on you. Next up, we have a pretty hidden mechanic. It's not a hidden mechanic per se. It's something that I have noticed, and it has been something that I have confirmed online through the most reliable source on the internet, obviously, which is Reddit. Everybody knows that. That is exactly where the President of the United States actually gets all his information to make informed decision, and God bless America. Yes, okay, I think that's how I say it. You get more lump sum of gold than you do get GT gold per turn. So what that means is, if I'm trading a luxury resource and I get 200 gold, 200 divided by 30 theoretically should be about 6 gold per turn. You're not going to be getting 6 gold per turn, you're going to be getting 5 gold per turn at max. So trading for lump sums of gold is better than trading for gold per turn for multiple reasons. Number one, you're going to get more gold in general, like we just said. And number two, if the enemy AI decides to declare war on you, the gold per turn trade agreement immediately ends, so you might not even get that amount of gold per turn. So yeah, pretty much you get more gold when trading with the AI than when getting for gold per turn. So if you can get your money's worth of gold instead of gold per turn, definitely do it. Do not trade for gold per turn until you have squeezed out every ounce of money, like tier 3 subs get when they are sub to, for example, titty streamers on Twitch. And really quick, before I get right back into the video, if you have enjoyed, don't forget to like and subscribe. Helps me out a ton. And yeah, let's get right back into the video. Next up, we have the amenity levels. Now, you obviously know more amenities you have, the more bonuses you get towards your cities. It's more of a hidden mechanic that you do have to really focus on your city production to really take into account. If you hover over your yields like food, production, science, culture, faith, you might notice an extra 10% buff, minus 10% buff. That is due to your amenity levels. Now, I do have the list here in front of me. This is obviously for the Gathering Storm. If you don't have Gathering Storm expansion packs, they're going to be a little bit more different, but not anything too crazy. If you have +5 amenities, your city is ecstatic, and you will get a 20% bonus towards all yields. You have heard that right. 20%. So if you're making 100 science, you're going to be now making 120 science per turn. If you have 3 amenities plus 3 amenities, you will get a 10% boost towards all yields. That is all yields, by the way, no matter what yield it is, a 10% boost is absolutely massive. If you have 0 to 2 amenities, your city is content and it will not have any sort of boost or debuff. At -1 amenities, you get -10% modifier towards all yields, and I think it's a little bit more in food, I'm not too sure. After that, you get -3 amenities, and contrary to popular belief, it isn't -10, it is -20% when you have -3 amenities to all yields, so it can be absolutely crippling. After that, we get -5 amenities, you will have -30% boost to all yields, and you will also have a chance of rebels spawning in your cities, territories. Next up, we have the, absolutely God forbid it happens to anybody, -7 amenities. At that point, you will get -40% boost to all yields, just absolutely massive, and you will have a higher chance of rebel spawning. So really, it's just, you want to at the very least be content in all your cities. 0. I know amenities are sort of an overlooked mechanic most of the time, but amenities can definitely play a pivotal role in the game. 10% boost towards all yields is nothing short of absolutely massive, and if you're getting -3 amenities and getting a -20% boost debuff to all yields, that's everything. That's production, culture, science, faith. You might be absolutely struggling and you have no idea about it. So do definitely check the amenity category. Try to aim for 3 to 5. If not, make sure you're at least at 0. And one quick little side note, by the way, war wariness. War wariness, you might not know, you lose amenities depending on how many units you've lost, how many cities have been taken, how many tiles you have that have been pillaged. So the more war wariness you get, the more negative your amenities become. If you don't take attention into that, you are going to be getting negative even 9, 10 amenities I have seen, and it also takes into account cities you've conquered. So if I conquer a city and I've pillaged everything and I've killed and a lot of my units have died, I am going to be getting negative amenities for that. But that's everything I have for amenities. Let's move on to early game strategic resources. Now, we all know we can't build districts on strategic resources. We've all played Germany. We've all had the perfect Hansa system planned out. We've all been smiling ear to ear, looking at the absolutely beautiful +30 Hansas we are going to be getting within the next few turns. And we decide to go for military engineering because Niter could definitely help us. It could give us, Niter is a really good resource, giving you extra food and production when built. And then you realize that your Niter that you've researched is on, where you had your pins placed for your absolutely insane district, and you have absolutely no recourse to do. You've just lost an absolutely incredible district. The reason for that is because, Niter, horses, and iron especially have specific places that they can only be placed in. I'm only going to be focusing on these 3, obviously, because after this point, you should have all of your districts really placed out. By the time you get to oil and aluminum, all of your districts should hopefully be placed. If not, then really you haven't missed out on much. Iron can only be found on unforested hills. That means if you have hills with forests on them, you're not going to get iron spawn near there. The other thing is you can have horses on only non-floodplains flatland tiles. You may have noticed this, but you can only have them on plain and grassland tiles, and they can only come when it is a non-floodplain tile. So if it is a floodplain tile, they are not going to be able to spawn on that. Niter can only be found on floodplains tiles. So if you have a floodplains tile and you're wondering about going for Niter, don't. And obviously, if you're maybe going for like an Alexander early swordsman rush or early horseman rush, and you can check around to see whether you want to build a settler or a builder. You can see maybe, oh, I have no unforested hills around my capital, I should build a settler. Or hey, look at this, I have lots of plains tiles, lots of grassland tiles that aren't floodplains, so I might have a horse's spawn nearby, so I should probably build a builder instead of a settler. Just some food for thought, and that is pretty much all I have for strategics. Finally, this is one that I had no idea about until a few months ago, I think. Subs can attack land units and cities. Submarines can attack land units and enemy cities. Now, how does that make any sense? It doesn't. Submarines attack with torpedoes underwater, and in order to get them to attack cities or even land units, they would have to, I don't even know, be up at an angle and then have enough propulsion to like send the rocket like up in the air through the water. That's pretty difficult. I am not going to lie, but apparently it is possible in the good world of Civilization 6. Submarines may attack land and cities. Now, they can be very effective for really one big reason. They cannot be seen unless there is a destroyer within the sight range or unless you are right beside the submarine. It is a raider unit, so they are pretty much invisible unless you have anything like that. I think also a fighter on like a control airway mission will be able to see a submarine, I'm fairly certain. But what you can do with this is you can sneak attack an enemy city, be like, surprise, motherfucker, just like, completely forgot his name. I am so tired. It's 3 a.m. right now, and I'm making this video. But the guy goes, surprise, motherfucker, in the it's the great voice. And then you're just going to attack with like, boom, 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 boom. 5 submarines immediately, take out the enemy walls, smack in a nice destroyer, and boom, just like that, you have completely decimated the enemy's wars. And, yeah, they're pretty much done for the game after that. Thank you guys so much for watching my top 6 mechanics in Civ 6 that you have no idea about. I think that's going to be the name, not too sure. If you have enjoyed, obviously, don't forget to like and subscribe. It definitely helps me out a ton. We're definitely going to start streaming soon, and the goal is to get to 10K for a face reveal, and then hopefully we're going to get bigger than PewDiePie by the end of next month. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.